the newest show that pushes the bounds of storytelling and tells a tale that is unique, fascinating, and just as weird as it seems genuine is Showtime's The Curse. The couple at its core, who live in a passive house themselves, are attempting to save the planet 1 kilowatt at a time by building eco-friendly homes. However, they face a number of obstacles on both a personal and professional level, with the two frequently entwined. The first episode introduces the audience to the tale, which is predicted to take them on a strange yet plausible journey. Playing a quirky take on Chip and Joanna Gaines from Fixer Upper, Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone are a young couple who hope to improve their quaint post-industrial Southwest outpost one televised renovation at a time. Before she started her own network, Joanna Shiplap spent years showing the dilapidated ranches of Waco, Texas, on HGTV. It's easy to imagine Whitney Siegel, played by Stone with excruciating levels of self-consciousness, harboring comparable dreams to dominate the bland minimalism of California cool homes, white walls, jute carpets, cement floors, etc., after viewing the pilot episode of The Curse. Espanola, New Mexico, is Whit and her new husband Asher's Fielder personal ground zero. Additionally, their eco-friendly passive homes, featuring the couple's recognizable mirrored facade, are designed to entice wealthy gentrifiers to the neighborhood, a frighteningly naive approach to community rehabilitation. Because wherever first-time purchasers of black acetate eyewear go, selvage denim, pour-over coffee shops, and universal economic prosperity will undoubtedly follow. Their show is named Flippanthropy because, as Asher eventually admits, the Siegels will use the money from each house they sell to help pay the rent of Espanola residents who are being driven out of Dodge. In this way, Flippanthropy reminds me of Netflix's organizing series, The Home Edit, in which wealthy clients foot the bill for utterly pointless makeovers. One such example is Khloe Kardashian, who had her enormous garage altered to accommodate her daughter's extensive collection of electric toy cars. Then a really gloomy alteration is made to an ordinary person's life in the second act. For example, a mother of two is given back enough floor space to spread out her yoga mat. Fixer Upper is a two-hander. The Curse is not. The series co-writer, Benny Safdie, portrays Dougie, a potent, greasy reality TV producer who is attempting to keep the pair's boring infomercial of a program from being canceled too soon. The persona is reminiscent of Rachel Goldberg, the vicious puppet master played by Shiri Appleby in Lifetime's brilliant parody of the Bachelor franchise, Unreal. W whispers in Whitney's ear, "People are really going to be dreaming about being with you." Actually, viewers will be making fun of her if the show ever airs. Every time she mentions the trickle-down economics, refers to anything native, including casinos, as holy or Dawn's overalls, you should take a shot. Bingo, white savior. Looking for some interesting B-roll, Debbie instructs Ashman to give money to a little girl peddling Sprites in the Family Dollar parking lot. They're old friends from Sleepaway Camp, but I guess they weren't equals back then or now in W's opinion. When he believes the camera crew has finished filming, Asher takes the girl's $100 bill and puts it back in her hand. "I swear to you," she says. She seemed to be taking it seriously. Asher has already proven himself as a man with a tendency to cause difficulties for himself and a marked lack of empathy at this point in the episode. He's a terrible soundbite machine. He doesn't have Chip Gaines' kind demeanor. The Siegels are desperately attempting to correct Asher's previous mistake, which is why the film team is lingering in the strip mall parking lot in the first place. Asher physically slapped the reporter who dared to question Whitney about supporting the underprivileged town of Espanola, given that her father is a well-known slumlord in Santa Fe, during the taping of an interview on local television. Asher has offered Monica, the reporter, some incomplete inside information on unethical behavior at the reservation casino, where he used to work in exchange for hiding that interview that could have destroyed his brand. For her part, Monica doesn't entirely shut him out. It's difficult to determine which of the developing subplots in the series will stick. Will Monica, the wandering journalist with dreams of being an anchor, say to take down the gaming board, or will she just run the damning recording of the eco-flippers? Asher is correct to point out that the Siegel's narrative pales in comparison to tribal intrigue, but his face is so endearing. Will it ever matter that Paul Whitney's morally reprehensible father funded the couple's initial real estate ventures? What should we make of Paul's desire to establish a relationship with his son-in-law, despite the fact that both of them have incredibly little things, so small that he refers to them as the cherry tomato brothers? A cuisine I will never taste the same. Following Shabbat with her parents, Asher bangs his wife with a vibrator called Stephen while he does on the floor by her feet. Whitney is a fervent convert to Judaism. Is it great that they've discovered a fulfilling sexual life? Or am I correct to be a little disappointed that Ashman isn't interested in joining in at the end? And was it intentional for the show to make me question what Doobie's thing looked like right away, or am I just crazy? If there's a main tension thus far, it's between Doubie's and Whitney's sincere visions for philanthropy, which depict the newlyweds redefining Espanola in a sustainable way while still honoring its heritage and having arguments, confronting the G word, and not sugarcoating Asher's repeated transgressions. For a brief moment, consider that the director of Fixer Upper was a person who genuinely wanted to create music videos. Doubie blasts menthol in the eyes of a terminally sick cancer patient when she doesn't cry with happiness on camera. Yes, the Seagulls got her son a job as a barista, but she is still dying. TV directors should be paying attention, but Whitney is appalled by the TV magic. Even the extent to which the curse will hang over the Seagulls' destiny is unknown. As the crew is going over the daily film one evening, Whitney spots the video of Asher giving the hundo over and then taking it back. She gives him instructions to locate the young girl, return the money, and clear their karma. In part, Asher performs this. He does the obligatory midnight search for the girl, just like a good husband would, but when he can't find her, he gives the money to another homeless person. Pretty close, I suppose. However, he tells his wife when he arrives home that he found the girl and that they hugged and that the girl explicitly lifted the curse. Who cares if the curse isn't real? If it is, however, lying about it will undoubtedly make it more potent. The Curse is the type of show that makes you open your mouth to chuckle, but then nothing comes out. A woman enters a clothing store at one point, and there are like 10 pairs of pants spread out on a long table, with a neon name sign hanging behind a cork cash wrap. Everything you could imagine costing extra costs extra at the coffee shop next door. The Curse accurately captures the appearance and sensation of existing in the present moment, without doing any concrete action to undermine it. Everything just captures everything so flawlessly that you can't help but laugh embarrassingly, inaudibly. It reveals the joke, which makes it, in a way, greater than humorous. A guy waiting to talk to someone in a parking lot feels like one of the most screwed up things you've ever seen on TV when the world is set to the pulsating score from Oneotrix Point Never. The houses themselves are possibly the greatest joke in the series to far. Whitney's constructions, which are completely covered in mirrors, which, as Philanthropy's green-building talking head assures viewers, is an unneeded aesthetic choice, reflect the surrounding community, including the hollowed-out automobiles on cinder blocks, the hard-packed sand of the desert, and the verdant, lush trees. However, that is only true if you are far away from her purportedly invisible houses. It becomes increasingly difficult to perceive anything other than your own image staring back at you from a closer distance. It's a sensible design decision for a woman who is preoccupied with what people will think of her and her spouse. Whitney will tell you that promoting the eco-friendly lifestyle and the Espanola community is her top priority, referring to it as her holistic home philosophy on steroids. However, show business isn't actually like that. It's not a public service. Every new TV show revolves on a person who genuinely, sincerely wanted to be on television.